Right, it's May the 31st, 2024, and I got a bit of a hangover today because I drank a lot and I had a few roll-ups as well, so I'm not feeling very well. Right, so initially it was more banging in sequence to threats last night, anything from breaking your legs to smashing you into knifing you dead, to injecting you with HIV, to smashing your head off, to bashing your fucking brains out, to knocking your fucking teeth in, to claiming I'm a child rapist and whatever else. So when we get through all that, and several threats as well, they time a load of loud bikes to erections and going to the toilet, but timed wanking and coming, timed to the sexual impulses, timed as you're getting that enjoyment stages of doing this, they need to time a loud bike. But also, they were doing it in the duration of jerking coming and time to come twitching out after coming, and to impulses that are sexually excited in your penis after that, but deliberately timing a loud bike to the split second or the split millisecond it happens. Now, this is a personal subject, I don't like talking about it, and go back just over 15 years ago or whatever, I wouldn't even be mentioning this on social media, but it's got so irritating that I've lost my temper over it, that the time came where I had to start mentioning it. So going to Aldi's, it was mostly bike setups, motorbike time to erection, bike angle to me, bike, sexual motorbike, bike, load of sexual cars, black and blue cars time to hit into me, drain covers hit over. There was roughly 15 threats or just under, but not by much, and about 10 people photographing me, thinking I was a surveyor, saying that they're going to get someone to shoot me dead or to bash me out or to fucking knife me down on sexuality. So as far as today goes, there hasn't been many setups this morning, but like I said, I'm ill and I'll keep you updated with the rest. Right, so it's half hour since I've done the last video, and there's been about 30 loud bikes timed to an erection. For the last 10 minutes there's been a load of animal voice sounds coming out as to say exactly the same as threats, and to tell me to have sex with people that rape me as a child and claiming I'm a child rapist and have sex with specific girls' names and whatever else, which is not true. So we've had that. And there's also been something that's been said outside as well, and that's to say that it's only supposed to be with negative attraction. You're in your 40s, you sick cunt. Like A-Sides is murder, time to get busy. Mix explains it is time to get busy. 400 cars trying to cross the road. 4 people photographed me, and I've been sneezed at 6 times. There's been catalytic converter setups. There's been drain covers smashed over. There's been 6 loud bikes to erections. And spit talking at me twice, and I look like someone who sexually abused me as a child timed to an erection. 2 cars aligned, and suddenly, while doing this video, a car timed to smash into me from behind unexpectedly. I spit talking at me, cell call at me, and a massive queue in the shop to go with that. Right, I've been threatened to be knifed, but the government want that, you see. There's nothing you can do about it. I look like someone who sexually abused me as a child timed to an erection once again. Another knife threat. 2 cell calls at me, spit talking at me, another cell call, another 3 cell calls, coughed up, bow whistles, 6 cars reverse at me and started van, which is the one that's occurring now. Right, a 3-wheel sexual looking motorbike timed to erection, and about 200 black and blue cars have just passed. Right, now they're getting every single car timed over a drain cover, and they've timed another lookalike to someone who sexually abused me as a child timed to an erection. I don't know what that's occurring sort of frequent today, but that's the next setup. 1 life, live it, on the side of in the back of the window on a van. Like, they've really fucking stepped the action up this fucking road. There's been about 100 fucking vehicles. Choked by catalyst, that's a sex car. Collided with me about 30 times on this fucking stretch of road. Right, they've broken the record on this bit of road over that bridge. We're looking at 150 vehicles. There's only one other time where it wasn't packed like this, and they look colliding everywhere, and that was a grey sexual car, by the way. I went with light on in my direction. If I can get where I'm fucking going, I'll tell you what I'm trying to say. Apart from when the traffic's been jammed, this is the heaviest that road's been ever since I've ever walked that road. They're stepping out for some reason. I don't need this while I've got a migraine from a hangover of last night. Right, there's been another 7 loud bikes timed to an erection. It's a blue sky sunny day. There's been at least 2 hours of sunshine every single day. in the time period I've been out since the 2nd of April 2024. The day where it wasn't too sunny, I think it was the 24th of May 2024. Otherwise, every single day there's been over 2 hours, and most times it's been most of the day. Right, the government want to fucking give it some today with these setups. Right, so we got up the age van, sick cunt gothic top my way. The person who's wearing that is a rough type person. I didn't get any threats in my direction, and I failed to photograph the evidence. No sex please were British, red car and blue, penis up motorbike timed, and that motorbike there as well. There's a new van that's just passed. It says just in time, but it's in like evil looking writing that goes from big to small writing basically, and then back to big or small, however you want to call it. And it's got a larger picture of a double bell alarm clock with just in time written inside a double alarm clock, with a mallet smashing the clock, but it looks more mangled and more smashed, with glass flying everywhere from the clock face, from the cartoon character that's smashing the double bell alarm clock on this specific van than on the other van that I see. And while I'm speaking, there's been about 20 black and blue sick grey white cars in sectoral. Well, I'm being choked by a catalytic converter set up. The traffic on the road, there's a white sectoral car. It seems to be coming up here today for some reason, and it's like got the smell of vinegar mixed with the smell of rubbing two stainless steel knives against garden press and then smelling it, except it's about 50 to 100 times stronger. And they've only deliberately put the catalytic converter on cars with engines between the years of 1997 to recently, because we're now going into electric cars. But I've noticed it's always being done in the time period that I've been born and alive and survived on Earth before being ripped to pieces in a life taken sick colour car. Very clever how to go about it. Right, so there's been a robbery looking van and about 50 more cars in that black and blue sick white pattern. A teenage couple passed me laughing at me as they're talking about enjoying sex with each other, and on that road down below there's a so van timed, so it's like they don't give a fuck, as if they're saying it's okay sort of thing. Oh well. There's been an itchy bumhole and a loud bike timed, and there's been a couple of animal voice sounds that have come out in a crooked way as well. Right, so there's been a welding van down below. There's been a person with a baby in a sling in my direction. They've just timed another look-alike to someone who's actually and a funeral car. Yes, it is. Basically, those two things. Birds tweeting no one left should be with negative Lisa Pike shingles attraction, and also the bird saying that you're a child rapist, Justin, and basically other things like that. But like I say, as always, as soon as I push record, the voice sounds come to a sudden stop until I push stop, and then let it start again. Bird saying you're a paedophile, just. There we are, drop my fucking gun. That's right, you're fucking corrupt, aren't you, Christ? You fucking evil cunt. Right, so obviously the creator wants to take the fucking piss out of me, so we just timed a look-alike to someone that looks like someone who sexually abused me as a child, but so that looks like Lisa Pike at the same time. Right, so the creator god just wants to take the fucking piss, does he? Fucking screwed up cunt. Just only time another look-alike to someone who sexually abused me as a child tied to an erection. We're going on with this one today, aren't we, Christ, you fucking evil cunt? Right, they're tying that up the age van at the catalytic converter hot point. Again, that's twice now today. And a white car that's just passed when I push record to do that recording to mention what just happened. Right, so I'm well sad, Christ, because I won't go with someone that sexually abused me as a child. Right, yeah, go on, carry on, fucking give it some, you nasty bastard. Right, so there's a well sad t-shirt being worn by a rough type person with a beard, with a sexual lady who looks like she's about 18, but she's probably around about 22-ish. And they have 3 children in my direction. No threats, evil look, but that's what was written on the t-shirt. Right, past another couple of people on the path. Not really worth mentioning because there's nothing out of the ordinary, just normal people. A crowd of boys aged about 10 to 13 at the highest. But the one thing that's annoyed me is I can't go to my usual spot because there's 2 boys having gay sex with each other aged about 12, and I don't want to be in that area while they're doing that. 2 grannies walked past laughing at me, saying, "How stupid are you?" And then they started laughing with each other. as I was looking at this lady, who initially I thought was about the age of 35. Then I found out that she's only 22. Well, even that shouldn't be a problem. It is in today's time, yes, but it wouldn't have been 20 years ago. But yeah, so that's what's just happened. I didn't know it was actually cloudy today. I thought it was a blue sky sunny day right through. I didn't actually look at the sky. It's the 31st of May 2024. Yeah, it's actually been blue skies and sunny right where I've been. So I didn't realise it's cloudy all over everywhere else. So I'm at Barrack. I got a migraine because I had a hangover because I drank more than usual last night. But there hasn't been any cloud cover whatsoever right through the whole of today. And it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so that's very interesting. So where's this Laura then, Christ? Where's the sex with Laura then? You sneaky little cruelty bastard, you sex slaughtering fucking hanging bastard. It was already too late for this Laura. Or Laura, whatever her name is. Because I put a picture of what she looked like on... she's very similar looking to Kylie Minogue, the singer, and Britney Spears, the singer, when they were in their early 20s. So that's how Laura would look. But she had a very feeble looking eyes. You know, sort of soft look eyes. So... well, if you're going to put that through and stop me getting that, why are you cursing me with the sun, Christ? Maybe we need to fucking explain that one, because there hasn't been a cloud cover all day. Right through the whole day. There hasn't been any cloud cover since I got up. So this is very fucking interesting, to say the least. So I just mentioned the sun recording. That recording will be in this video, but it will also be separated into a video format from when I convert this into an audio file. Before long, I'm going to lose my fucking temper. They've yet again timed a lookalike to someone who sexually abused me as a child trying to get an erection, with a loud bike in the distance on top of that. I think I might have to keep this video for my own personal use as well, actually, without deleting it once I put it on the internet. They've only timed a teenager wearing a t-shirt saying, "Make love, not war," directly after a lookalike to someone who sexually abused me as a child passes time to an erection again. Someone's carrying a Mikado bag, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's one of those chocolate bar bags. Yeah, it's being done on purpose. I've just phoned my mum. I phoned the staff at supported housing where I live, and this blue sky and sunshine's only being deliberately angled and controlled around me. But not only is it being angled and controlled around me, but now the bloody camera's broken, as you can see. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm getting pissed off with this blue sky sunny day weather, but they're doing it in a way where they're cursing me with good sex, with good Laura and sexy Laura, who's only in her early 20s, through the suggestion on that painting. Well, they're violating me, because I'm not getting the sex, but I am getting the sun, and I don't want the sun because the sun's irritating. Especially it's fucked up many light photos through time. They do it every fucking day. Every single fucking day it's been sunny, apart from the 2nd of April. But even on the 2nd of April, that 3/4 of the day was cloudy and rainy, you still had the sun come out. So basically there hasn't actually been a day where there's been an actual full cloud or some form of rain where it lasts right through the day without the sun coming out for 3 years. So doing it on purpose. Right, so my penis shoots up, we've got more loud bikes. I'm a little bug, but I'm getting a bit pissed off of it. So being a little bug now and again, it's rare, but I can't fucking walk to the bin, it's just too fucking hot and sunny. Right, so the creator God's fucking forces want to be fucking stone cold as fuck. That's another loud bike to erection, by the way. Right, what happened was I went to take a picture of a t-shirt that says, "Age is just a number, it's love that counts." And this is a sexual looking jumper, in fact. But I couldn't do it because the battery went flat, which was by a family walking past. I wasn't in the best of moods, I don't usually photograph this sort of thing, but when it came to that I wanted to get the evidence, but I couldn't. Well, it looks like I'm being blocked and I can't get through. Firstly, they timed another lookalike to someone who sexually abused me as a child, timed to an erection for about the 10th fucking time today. And now they're timing a crowd of people blocking the path. But I have noticed that the pushchair is in a way where it looks like it's knife angled, so that it makes the suggestion that it's going to knife the baby's head off. Now I don't know whether it's designed or whether it's I don't know whether it's the way the chair's angled, but that's what it just looked like when I went to go into that direction, but decided to turn around because it's busy. They've just timed that chap who's aged about 50 to 60 with glasses in my direction, wearing that "No sex please, we're British" t-shirt again. Right, so I just let a couple of people past, and as I did so, they told me, not being no offence mate, but you're in your 40s, you need to start looking at the older type, not looking at fucking people that look like they're sexy, and just starting a row like that. Yeah, you can look. I'm only doing a documentary about it, that's all. You've got a fucking problem about it, have you? Right, sorry about that, but the person that just passed me is just sort of giving me like a look like you're a piece of shit after saying what I just told you, because he heard what I was saying, you see. So, yeah, he's not happy about it. But the problem is, I haven't had nothing in my whole life apart from being sexually abused as a child, and I'm being told to basically, let's just say, lose virginity over a granny, or a very ugly person that's very used, very stale, and has the face that looks like shingles attraction or warts all over the body, or looks like the face is got all shingles over it, or the mouth's full of tomato ketchup with all rotted teeth, or the type of lady that laughs backwards in a stupid way and is very fat and unhygienic looking and has black greasy hair and has misted up glasses and big gizmo eyes, you know. I'm being told to go with these types of fucking people when I've never had anyone in my whole life, and someone that's probably got AIDS from fucking thousands of people as well, you know, enjoying raw sex and getting men turned on, bowling men out when she was in her teens or whatever. And yet I'm known as a sick bastard if I don't go with anyone over the age of 40. So that means anyone in the world that's a single mother under the age of 40 is a sick cunt. And so is it. And the same applies to anyone that's had sex, straight sex, with anyone under the age of 40. So that's basically nearly everybody in the world then, isn't it? Unless they're homosexual. Homosexual, I mean. Rip Christ, fucking oh you bastard. There's only been another t-shirt, yeah? Another fucking sexual t-shirt. It basically says, like, I haven't written it down yet, sex over 100 times counts as having sex. That's what it says on the t-shirt. Right, the setups have dropped slightly since I've gone back on the road, believe it or not, to about a normal level. I wonder how long that'll last. But it doesn't stop the birds and crows tweeting sounds of just a load of usual voice sounds like telling you've molested this person, or saying you're supposed to have sex with Lisa and whatever, and saying that you're going to have to be sexually abused as a child when you're reborn in your next life. And that's something else that's pissed me off. I just want to remind you of this, because I'm keeping this documentary. I had a clairvoyant reading on the 28th of May, because it was supposed to be a cloudy day right through, but there was over an hour of sunshine on that day where I was. It was cursing me in this Lauren sort of pattern. Now, this Laura is a very sexy type person, and they know that I'm not going to get this Lauren, so they're taking the piss out of me and cursing me with the sunshine, going against me, violating me maliciously in a spiteful fucking way, and telling me that going with Lauren is being replaced, not with a lookalike to Lauren, but with someone who sexually abused me as a child as a replacement, or an old granny on a Zimmer frame, or a disgusting pizza looking face that's fucking used, that is a single mother and very stale. So that's what they want to make the suggestion of. But anyway, going back to this clairvoyant, she predicted me a girlfriend called Yvonne, which has been predicted from June onwards, so basically tomorrow in fact. But that's the earliest, that is the earliest. She said the more likelihood is it will be in the next couple of months. But she did say that this Yvonne is going to be coming into my life by the end of this year, and I'm actually going to be in a sexual relationship with her. But also she said it's not going to fail, she said it's not going to fall through. She gave me the Three of Cups, on tarot card readings this is, followed by the Death card, the High Priestess card, then you had the Lovers card, the Nine of Swords, and then the Eight of Swords. I can't remember what the other cards were. I think the other one was King of Cups. I'm not 100% sure. There was a couple of others. There was 10 in total that was taken out, and then they took 2 extra ones out after that, which tarot cards I don't know. I can't remember what they were. They're a different type of tarot card. So she said it's not going to fall through. She said it's a guarantee. She said it's not going to fall through. And she actually told me, without me saying anything to her, that previous clairvoyants did actually make mistakes or get it wrong when they predicted me partners in the past. And I didn't even say nothing. I told her nothing at all. I wanted this reading clean. So when I went to Glastonbury, that reading was straight and clean. And then after that, I did a documentary of this reading, which is roughly 8 minutes long, sitting out by the fountain, just in Glastonbury. So once I had the reading, she said there's going to be difficult times, obviously, come, and there's going to be people starting on me, there's going to be risks, there's going to be setups. But one big mistake, because the following day, I went to go and see the support worker, because she's leaving her post, and I'm not going to be no longer with that specific person, because they're handing me over to the home treatment team, which is a new organisation that I've just heard about, to leave comments and messages if I get any problems, called the ATO or something like that. Anyway, as I was walking to see her, they timed a Von van, which is the name of the girlfriend that's being predicted for me, and a No Chance van. But the problem is, yesterday, when I went out, they stopped me getting on the bus service. So they could have taken me out that path of that girlfriend prediction. And if we go back to 2006, I think it is, I ripped bomb Hinkley Point graffiti on the path using a type of spray paint. It's like a Christmas spray paint. And the reason I did it was regarding sexuality, but something happened to me, and there was a load of other things that occurred. At the same time, I was attacked, and at the same time, the threats are off the scale, being shouted at as a sick bastard, and saying, you're not having a sexy woman in her teens. We made everybody a stale person. We made everyone a single mother. We fucked it up for you because you're a sad bastard and fancy children. That's what they were saying at that time. But back then I was younger, and it wasn't seen as wrong going with that sort. So they were saying, we fucked it up for you getting a teenager. Well, not only fucked it up for me getting a teenager, they fucked it for me getting anyone in their 20s, and fucked it for me getting anyone in their 30s. And people in that age group are much older, much more stale, much more used, and much more negative looking. So, there'll never be forgiveness for this. I mean, we're looking at, in the next 10 years, looking at fucking people in their graves, coming out of their graves, or coming out from the fire of hell for you as your partner. So it gets better and better, doesn't it? And there's no way I'm going to fucking forgive for this. But anyway, let's get back to the reading that I had, shall we? Right, so she said it's not going to fall through. She said this lady's going to be a lot younger than me, so it could be about 10-15 years younger. And I thought, that's good then. And I said, well, I didn't say nothing, but I thought to myself, well, let's just see if it comes true then, because the people moan about the age gaps these days. It's not like it was when Sid James and Barbara Windsor, who were big celebrities, got in a relationship. Barbara's only something like 16 years of age, and Sid was something like 60 or something like that. But back in those days, age gaps weren't seen as a problem. They've changed it today. They started with the alcohol and the buying the tobacco. So you used to be able to be 16 to buy tobacco. But if we go back 50 years before that, kids could buy tobacco and drink and alcohol. Then they put a law on going up to 16. Then it went up to 18 straight away after. Then it went to 21, and then it went to 25. And that's what's causing everybody to think that they're not an adult until they're 30 or 40, and telling you that you're a sick bastard if you don't go with a negative type. But the problem is, all these people that are saying this are single mothers when they're teenagers, so they've all done wrong right through their 20s and 30s by sex and having sex with other people. And so basically my life fucked up. So the other thing I wanted to mention is going back to me writing that stuff in 2006. If the government messes up this reading, it could be my only last chance of ever getting sex at all for the rest of my days. And that's not good, because if we go back to a previous clairvoyant reading I had going back to 15 years or so ago, she was telling me that in my past life I was working in a laboratory, I was picked on all the time, I was sexually abused as a child, I was stopped from getting sex, and when I was an adult I died tragically. So she thought this life's going to be much better. But unfortunately, this life's basically much the same. So what happens when you're born again? And you're born as a sexual type person? Well, I'm going to have to be sexually abused as a child again. So that's Jesus Christ committing blue murder on me 3 lives in a row, because he got his feelings out on me, fucking the guts, making me feel like excited water jelly on the fucking floor, being forced to enjoy being sexually abused as a child. But there's nothing I can do about it. There's no one left. No one's going to allow the age gap. So this is why I've got to rely on this Yvonne. I don't know who this Yvonne is. I've never heard of the name. I didn't even know what the spelling was until yesterday, and then obviously they put me out of my track, stopped me getting on the bus because it was a cloudy day, so the government wanted to get me off that bus, and then obviously they forced me away from going from where I wanted to go as plan B, and then obviously I was forced to come back home and walk back home. And when I did walk back home yesterday, for the rest of the day they circled the sun around me, and every time I went in the communal garden they made sure it's blue skies and sunshine on the 3 times I went down there, and then clouded over when I went back in. So they're being very sly. Right, so we've had that sexy purple car, or whatever you want to call it, purple sexy, I can't remember which way around it is, because I didn't look at the right and I just know what the car is. It passed me, had the black tinted windows, and it passed me. Then there was a spastic pushed my way, followed by a sick bucket carried my way. Well, I call it a sick bucket, it's just a bucket, sorry. And then a dumper truck with a dumper thing carried my way. And then they decided to be a sly cunt and tying that up the age van for a third time today. The same one, same driver in fact. So obviously he's doing deliveries or he's doing something in this area where he's being timed in my direction. He's not doing it on purpose. You can tell that by the when he saw me. But you know, when I looked towards the van to see who was driving it. But yeah, it's being slightly timed, and obviously we've got a black car there, so I don't know what's going to follow that. Right, so there's been a white white car timed, then a black knife-shaped car timed. We've got another van that's passed. I'm not sure what it said. It looked like it said alter ego or something like that, but I can't guarantee that. Right, that's a car, but the problem is that car says Sex in the Sunshine on the side of it, and it's got a picture of umbrellas with people smiling, people lying down on each other, females. And to take into account these are like people that look like Britney Spears when she was in her teens, you know, but they're not paintings or pictures, they're drawings, computer drawings that are on the side of that car. Right, I can't go to the toilet. I've got no toilet paper. I've just looked in my bag and I'm forced to go home. I'm going home, yeah? So if there's any setups, Christ, you're fucking paying for it this time. There's going to be more damage in one of these local churches. You got to fucking understand it. You don't take the piss out of me. So you've been fucking starting this sexual crap all fucking day, Christ. You're taking the piss knowing that I'm 43, coming out 44, and no, it's too late. This is why you're doing it, you spiteful bastard. Right, so they timed a sex and marriage car, and then they timed an overhanging trailer trying to rip my fucking legs off from behind in a sly way, and also car tyre smashed over a drain cover as a part of drain cover. Right, so a fly's just gone in my eye. Right, there's a dog walker that looks identical to Lisa Pike, who's a bit older than Lisa Pike, so she'd be about 50-ish, but not so negative looking as Lisa Pike, as she was looking on her picture when she's aged to somewhere between 29 and 33. That picture that was on her Facebook. M.I.L.F van. So MILF. I don't know what that is. I've heard the name somewhere, but I'm not exactly sure what it is. But that's what it says on the side of a van. I can't go down the track I wanted to go down because there's too many people coming up there, which I expect for this time of year. You do expect that to be quite busy, that specific area. But they also timed, because they timed car, you see. On the top of the roof of that car, they had some form of chair. It's a swing chair. I don't know if it's been designed or whether it's a proper chair. But the chair looks like it's laughing, but in a pleased manner, as a high-up person would laugh or boast in the Houses of Parliament suggestion, which is on like a term thing. So it could be possibly it's a homemade chair that's been put on like a spindle type thing, which has been tied down, but the actual chair itself hasn't been tied down, just the spindle part. So just wanted to mention that. And also, in some ways, if you were to look at the way it was spinning, it could look like the blue police siren beacon on the top of a car as well. Right, there's been 3 loud bikes tied to an erection, and there's been some bird sounds as well, coming out in a malicious way. But every time I push record, the voice sounds come to a sudden stop, so I can't get the evidence. And then when I push stop on it, they start again. Well, anyway, there's been a Lisa Pike lookalike in my direction again. She's about 60 or 70 years of age, so it's an old granny with grey hair, but she's slightly cleaner looking and smoother skin than the Lisa Pike picture that I keep mentioning that was on my Facebook that I put on there when she's aged somewhere between 29 and 32, maybe 33. A family walked past and there's a Jelly Baby t-shirt worn. I've reached a stage where I'm wringing wet. I'm actually soaking wet. My body is soaking wet due to the hot sunny weather. But it has been sunny right through the whole day. It's been blue skies and sunshine. I did a video earlier which is included in this footage. But I didn't expect the blue skies and sunshine just to circle me. I thought it's sunny everywhere initially. I didn't really look up to the sky. I thought it's a blue sky sunny day when I looked out my window, and I thought, well, I've got to face the sun. I know I've got to face the sun. But I didn't realise that when I did the video. I only noticed that at the time I did the video that it's actually cloudy everywhere, and then when I started phoning everybody up, they were telling me it's cloudy there and drizzly there, whatever. So that's when I discovered that to do it in a sly way again. But this Laura's not going to give me sex or look alike to this Laura, because it's being replaced with someone who sexually abused. Someone coming. Right, someone's wearing like daggers in my direction. It's like I've forgotten what the name of it is. It's like these bow and arrow type things, but they're holding these sticks with a point on the end. So that's being worn in my direction. Right, so I just have to be sneezed in the face. But the problem is, it's happened on a day where I haven't got any tissue on me. Right, I had a catalytic converter hot point. You can just about make out what vehicles are passing up there. There's more. There's no time in it today, obviously. Where they had that 1940s bullet looking vehicle again. And then obviously the cars that are just passed didn't take much notice of what they were. I'm not joking, yeah, it's a catalytic converter hot point. Gonna get it, aren't you? Anyway, I'm gonna walk to it so I can get across the road. They're only gonna time it now. They're just stepping all this action up heavy now. Nothing I can fucking do about it. There we are, as you can see. And they time a car to smash into me as well, little bastards. Right, so I made it past a catalytic converter hot point, nearly getting hit. And then there was a gunpoint van that I didn't see that was coming behind it. Right, it's not timed to an erection this time, because obviously the hot sunny weather's making me feel like jelly. But it's the principle. They have timed another lookalike to someone who sexually abused me as a child, unfortunately. I'm not 100% sure whether this Gemma Ferguson lookalike is actually 40, because I heard it in conversation that she was saying that she was that age. Well, she just went bleh as she passed me. It went from smiling last year, late last year, whatever it is, to mistaking me as Savan, making a few remarks, to saying nothing, to giving me the evil look, to just walking past normally. And then that incident I told you where she said she was 40 when I thought she was only in her early 20s, because she has smoother skin than Gemma, you see, but she's older than Gemma, and she has a more sexual looking face than Gemma, which isn't as plain as Gemma, but where Gemma is still sexy enough to fancy, basically, if you get what I'm saying. But anyway, she walked past today and she's just gone bleh. Right, so I just had 2 threats, and they are: I'm being fucking shot dead, I'm a child rapist, and you're fucking paying for it, you're having your life taken. You're supposed to be with people that are fucking negative, you cunt. Like, basically something like that was shouted across. Right, they timed another Lisa Pike lookalike in my direction, and this time I'm not very happy because this person's aged about 50, and she smiled at me as she passed. Obviously she's slightly cleaner looking and not as negative looking as the Lisa picture that I mentioned, but she's definitely not a sort I fancy, even this person that walked past. So, but at least she's polite and she smiled as she walked past. Right, at the moment they just seem to be pissing about with black sick, black, grey, white, that sick, grey, white, blue, black, grey, or stuff like that, with the occasional black and blue car here and there. Right, they've just timed the van, which offends my dad, because it says a specific name, and then it says, "Is your man." That's the name of what it says on the van, which is basically a repair van. But the problem is they've been setting that up a lot lately, daily in fact. So they need to stop doing that, because it can cause trouble if I was to put the full name of what it says on that van on the internet, or mention what the van is, or if I was to photograph it, that could even cause trouble, which I've not managed to do yet, by the way. Right, I just had an evil look and a few words said. I couldn't make out what was being said, as possibly it's a foreign accent. But this woman's roughly aged 35, something like that, 30 to 35, but she had that smooth skin and she was a sexual type person. I look very similar to the lady that's in the Mr. Bean series that Mr. Bean hangs about with, but not the one in the cinema with the glasses, the one with the dark brown hair, the younger lady, or well, not the younger lady, but the one that's always very smiley. Foreign appearance, maybe. It sounds like she's got a foreign language. I don't think she appeared in the TV episodes, but I've seen it on YouTube. She looked like that, basically, and that's what happened when she walked past me. Incidentally, Gemma Ferguson does actually look very similar to the lady with the glasses in the Mr. Bean cinema, where he taps the hand when she goes to put her hand in his popcorn. So the lady with the glasses, and she also appears in Merry Christmas, Mr. Bean. Gemma Ferguson does actually look very similar to that, but longer in the face and older looking. although I say older looking, she does have like that smooth skin appearance at the same time, if you get what I'm saying. So that's the appearance of what Gemma looks like. Obviously she doesn't like me, she's turned against me. And I've almost had my life taken or been smashed to pieces because of trying to make communication with her a couple of years ago by leaving a note. But I didn't know that she was like that, so. But that's all ended. And not only that, she's in a relationship now. And the next bit of bad news is she moaned about the age gap. Obviously, as I said, even though she's the same age gap as my parents when they were in a relationship, but we're in a different time, I told you that earlier. And obviously, the other thing I was going to say is she is now going into negative attraction as well. Only just starting, but you know, she is in her 30s now, you know, so some people start to lose it at that age, depending on who it is. Right, it's been 3 loud bikes tying to an erection. Right, they're tying a Fits Right van on the road. So it's some vehicle, it says Fits Right. They just timed to look like someone who sexually abused me as a child again. I can't say too much because they've only just walked past. Well, it looks like God really is taking the piss, doesn't it? We need to time another person that looks like someone who sexually abused me as a child as we come down this hill. But this time it's time to an erection. The last 2 weren't, but all the rest has. They need to time another loud bike to an erection. Actually, they timed a lookalike to Olivia Binfield, the girl that was on Britain's Got Talent, who's an adult today. It appears that sort of person doesn't like me either. As that person just walked past, giving me a sinister look. Didn't say nothing, just a sinister look as she walked past. Incidentally, Olivia Binfield is the girl that had the snake around her neck on Britain's Got Talent, going back many years ago. I can't remember what year it was now. You're fucking sick, shouted across. I'm gonna smash his fucking head off. I'm gonna fucking knife the cunt. He's a fucking child rapist, just shouted across. Him with fucking bleach said. Actually, there's a gunshot that's just occurred, but I don't know if it is a gunshot. But there's a sound to make that. And that's not coming from the field, that's coming from the car park. Right, so we've had 6 colliding cars, moderately heavy at the moment, and another lookalike to someone who sexually abused me as a child trying to an erection, cycling in my direction this time. There we are, overhanging trailer trying to rip my legs off. Almost. Being fucking beat up and put in hospital, you fucking child rapist, shouted. Hard man knife attack, squirt of venom said. Right, so there's 4 started vans and 3 started cars that I got to pass. There's nothing I can do about that. And there's just a massive flow of traffic coming in my direction. They're all black and blue, sit white and done in the control. There we are. Being struck by car, I can't avoid it. It's on both sides of the road. Wind direction and my direction. Right, so there's been a boner on a motorbike, a red sexual car angled at me, a black and blue, a gun-looking vehicle, a 1950s black London cab, gun-looking vehicle my way, sexual car, grey-white, 2 rough people my way. Someone mistakes me as to them photographing me. More black and blue cars, grey sick white, a sexual car, a knife-shaped long bonnet car timed, and about 15 other cars. 80% set up to the colour or suggestion. Night attack van, a green van, started cars. About 300 cars, 90% set up to every single car on the road, just easing about now, and 2 loud bikes to a stretch. Someone walks past, bald head's a type person, rough build, very muscular, puts his hand in his fist as he walks past me. 2 people photographed me. 2 more people, but Indian people, think I'm Suburban, and then photographed me, nothing I can do about that. And then I make it to where I am now. 3 cell calls my way. Well, my camera switches off. Right, so I'm back home. Well, firstly, there's 9 loud bikes to an erection. And then after that, before that, the camera, new battery I put in, decided to turn off even though it wasn't flat because the camera's playing up in a cursed way, and that allowed 2 people to photograph me putting their arms out like that, hand in the fist, and saying I'll fucking knock him out, I'll break his fucking arms and legs off, saying he's a fucking sicko, saying that's Savannah, alright, and saying I'm gonna fucking die. So I've got a picture of him, I've got a snap of him, I'm gonna get someone to take him out. So that's basically what was said as the camera decides to switch off because I wanted to audio record the evidence. Then there's a drain cover that smashed over. Take into account this is directly after that red knife-shaped car that was timed where the battery went flat. Then there's 9 loud bites, 2 erections after that as soon as I get back. But walking up the stairs initially, there's bow whistles and you're having a fucking break in your flat, you're fucking sad, as something else said, which I believe might be coming from Shannon's flat if it's not outside. Sick cunt, gonna beat you up with a fucking HIV needle, just said outside in temper. As I go to the window to investigate, to have a look and see who's making the threat, there's a Zimmer frame timed, but it's in a way where it's being angled in a way that looks insulting to, if you were to look at it. If it was in your direction, it would look like it's being done in an insulting piss take way. The way it's moving from side to side, this Zimmer frame. Followed by a grey-white car, so it's a grey and a white car, and then a yellow bucket with water being carried straight after that. Lydia fucking hates you, sick cunt. Stop having communication with her, will you fucking prick? That was said from outside. The only Lydia I actually know is one of the staff workers that works in this place, so I haven't got a clue who they're referring to when they make that threat. But that's what was said. Well, it's turning out to be quite bad actually since I've been back. So there's been a lot of banging in sequence to threats, there's been a bit of shouting, and there's been another 20 or so loud bites tied to an erection, so yeah, not good. But I'm not going to go any further because I need to end the video here because the rest is being written down now. I was going to end the video there, but things are getting nastier. So firstly, a load of loud bites to erections. Shannon bangs fucking bash you and you paedophile. Kid Lee fiddler band. Fucking knife you dead banged.